Real people, real celebrities, real talk.
Join the Breakfast Club.
Blast off in your
Weekday
ear.
morning, 6 to 10.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. And we have a friend to the room in the building.
Big Sean.
Big Sean.
What up, though?
Dark Sky Paradise in stores today.
What's up, my?
What's up? I actually was listening to the album all day yesterday.
Good.
Yeah, that's
you got it illegally.
Well, yeah, yes.
Yeah, you
No.
I know, I'm just playing.
Def Jam,
I know you got
sent
an
me a
advance
link,
copy.
and I listened to it. You know what I'm saying? And
you like it?
I actually went to
thought it was
the
dope.
album listening session, and it sounded great, I think, all together as a whole body of work.
Thank you. Yes.
Charlamagne said you sound like you was going through something.
Yeah, I feel like you're more introspective on this album. Like you was really like, I feel like you're going through like that phase in your life where you know you're on a different level, but you're still trying to keep it real with the people who came up with you, so to speak.
Really?
Yeah.
He said, I didn't think about it like
I
that.
ain't think about it like that, like he's saying. I just kept it real with myself. I ain't listen to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't listen to the label. I have nobody in my ear. Usually, you know, they talk to you about you need this type of record, you need radio, you need this type of shit. Man, I just say I'm going to do what I want to do. You know what I mean? Because honestly, the last year and a half, it was just, you know, I was in and out of relationships, doing all sorts of shit that was being broadcasted. I felt like creatively I was in a hole, you know what I'm saying? I climbed myself up. I said, yo, I got to boss up, you know what I mean? I felt the potential I had in myself, and I feel like it wasn't being portrayed as that, you know what I mean? So
I feel you spit, but I don't feel they give you a credit for spitting.
yeah.
Like, I feel like, you know, they talk about everybody else, but they don't never say Big Sean.
Oh, that's what I told you last time. You was like, nah, I think I get my credit, but Lil Wayne even said
No, but I'm talking about, but this was my, but Lil Wayne said on the song.
Lil Wayne said you don't get the shine you deserve. He said, I don't think Big Sean get enough shine. He said because he don't have enough tattoos or
Even on Bless,
you don't
you
throw up his
spit.
signs.
Yeah, I remember when he did that verse, he called me right after, like, yo, I meant every word. Because he was just talking about, even though he said, I feel like Sean, I don't get enough shine, he said something about just remember your lines. And if
just
your
rap.
point across crosses your line some of the time to cross it with pride, that's real, my nigga. Remember that. If ain't nobody remember you, they remember rap, so just spit it back and hope somebody digging that because it's deep. So he called me and was just like, man, I'm in every word of that. And I thought I respected him because it's like, I ain't signed a Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? For another artist really just to big up another artist like that, somebody, you know what I'm saying, like him. So I was really.
It's the truth though, because it's like Drake, Kendrick, Cole, and then it's like a second tier where it's Wale, you, Big Crit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think I'm first tier. I'm bringing it.
There you go.
Yeah, and then you guys have a lot of collaborations
snapping.
together. I don't think if they considered you not
I mean,
on
I
that level.
hop on a song with Eminem, with Jay-Z, with Drake, with anybody. I hold my own. You know what I'm saying? With Meek Mill, whoever.
I see you also recently announced a tour. Well, you didn't announce it, but J. Cole is going on tour, and you're going on tour with him. It's like featuring.
Yeah, it's
Big
like a
Sean.
co-headline thing, but it's his tour, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be fun just for the summer. We doing tours. I'm doing like a college tour before that. Then I'm doing a headlining tour after that. So,
Now explain.
so the
Dark Sky.
only show I'm not doing with J. Cole's Detroit because in Detroit I do the whole tour is like arenas and stuff and like big amphitheaters. But Detroit I'm gonna do my own arena show.
Yeah, as
I've
you
been
should.
doing.
And it's you, it's YG, Jeremiah, right? All of you guys together.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
You do the Detroit show every year, right?
Yeah, I do it every year.
Now this year we coming out. We got to come out to the show this year. You promised us last year that
Yeah,
you
I
flying
know.
us out
I got
privately.
y'all.
But
to the
things are
show.
different from him. Things are
Maybe
different from him
privately.
now, okay? He's a lot bigger than he was last year, so he's not flying us nowhere. He's different.
Y'all gonna be there.
Break down Win Some, Lose Some for me. Because that's the record where you seem like you question your life a lot.
Win Some, Lose Some I wrote in 2012. I wrote the first verse in 2012. I wrote the second verse in 2014. So I was going through I had that song for so long, and keep it real, it was just too like fresh. It was not that it was too personal, but it was just too fresh for me to touch on that and for put it out. So I held it, and then I felt like the time was right. I was about to. Like in 2014, I was like, all right, I'm going to drop it. And I redid the second verse on it and just had it in the stash. And it just fit this album so well that I was like, I'm about to roll with it.
It's like you was questioning a lot of things. That's what I said. We said on like you know you're on another level.
Yeah.
But you still trying to keep it real with the hood. The dudes in the hood may be saying like, oh, Sean, you might owe me this or that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going through at that time. Not necessarily that specifically, but just like I was questioning and just, I was confused, getting used to a certain life after you're used to something else. I came from, I ain't have nothing, you know what I mean, in the D. And I wrote that song when things were starting to get real. You know what I mean? When I was starting to have some money, and people was looking at me for handouts, and it's like, you gotta get it just like I got it.
Yeah, you said you only have been signed for 4 years. Only been signed for 4 years.
Yeah. So then in 2012, that's like I was just signed not almost 4 years.
I also watched a video blog that you did about patience.
Yeah, you
and
like
how
it?
important it is for you to be patient and certain decisions that you made. I'm also kind of feeling like, do you feel like you want to go back to school and get a degree or something? Because you touch on that, and it's like you feel like maybe other people are looking to you like, oh, you didn't go to college.
No, that's just, I was frustrated. I was talking about like when I graduated high school, and I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to get to this music, you know what I mean? I wanted to be a rapper. And, you know, I graduated like a 3.7. I was on my way to Michigan State, but I just didn't go because I had just rapped for Ye, and the deal was supposed to be in the works, but it took a couple of years. So for those couple of years, I was going through craziness, you know what I mean? I was like staying in the same crib I grew up in, obviously, at my mom's house, in the same room I grew up in, and get frustrated when all your homies, you know, calling you from college, like, yeah, man, I just hit this, you know, I just did this, I just,
your ass.
you know what I'm saying? And then it was looking bad. Yeah, you know, my grandma saved up her whole life for, you know, college money, tuition. I'm blowing it on studio sessions, you know what I mean? It was just like, it was something that was frustrating, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And in that video, I was talking about that and just saying, like, you realize everything your own process, you know what I mean? You got to follow, like, you know, success can't be measured in nothing but happiness. And also, it's just like, you got to know that you're on your own path, you know what I mean?
This is your grandmother that recently passed away that saved up?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, you have a song that you dedicated to her as well.
Yeah, One Man Could Change the World.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the most songs I'm proud of on the album, just because, not only because I rapped about my grandma, but just because the whole meaning of the song. And you could do a song like that, and it could be corny as hell, quick as you know what I mean?
That's Kanye on the hook of that, right?
Well, I'm on the hook the first one, then Kanye sing the second one, John Legend sing the last one. Mm-hmm. And on the second verse, I talk about my grandma, who was a World War II. She was one of the first female black captains in World War II. She was one of the first female cops in the D. She, you know, was a counselor, a teacher, and she was just the best grandma, man. She used to home cook, you know, meals every day after school, had our special birthday cakes. So I wrote the song before she passed, and I was telling her about it, and she was like 94 years old. So I was just finishing the album around like Christmas, you know what I mean? And I was going to go play it for her, but she passed December 20th. But it was a sad thing, but I still felt her consciousness there. It was weird, and I still like felt like she heard it and was there with us. And even at the ceremony, you know, everybody was emotional, crying and stuff. But then I kind of felt like, man, she was 94 in the pain. She was in pain, you know what I'm saying, in a wheelchair. So I kind of felt like how you feel when like your homie or your family member graduates school or something, just on a bigger level. It's like I was happy for her that she was like somewhere in heaven.
Yeah, she's 94. You know, she lived her life.
And she got to see you become successful after what she invested in you, and I'm sure that had to feel good.
Yeah, and I bought all of us a house in Michigan. You know what I mean? So I remember when we moved in, she was like, thank you. And like she's seen so much, man. She's seen Hitler and she's seen Obama in the same lifetime.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's some real ass. That's like OG right there. So she's definitely the most important person. And if one person showed me that you could change the world,
it seemed like your father had a big presence in your life too, because he's on this album.
Yeah, he on Win Some or Lose Some at the end of it. So I remember he didn't know we was recording that. He didn't realize he was on the album till it was finished. I remember I was in the D just kicking it with my family, and we went to a Wiz Khalifa concert here. Wiz hit me up randomly, like, you in the D? I'm like, yeah.
And so, your father smoked, because he sounded high when he was talking.
Yeah, he sounded high. Yes. So he was like, you know, he was off that vibe. He might have had some champagne, like you said, whatever. And he was just going on for like the whole car ride. My brother was recording the whole situation, and it was crazy all the stuff he said. You know, I didn't hear. It's crazy how you don't hear some stuff until you listen back to it. That's like for real, because he was talking like, man, you know, I just wish we could go on a vacation, me, you, and your brother, you know, no interviews, no cameras. I'm sitting there, you know, while he was saying it, I'm just like, this nigga sound crazy, whatever. And but then when I listened back to it, man, it was like breaking my heart. Cause it was like, damn, this is what needs to happen. I do need to, I need to be like a better son. You know what I mean? It's just hard spreading yourself, you know, when it comes to, you know, the people you love, and then all these things. And he was just saying like, yo, man, people hear you, you know, you talk with your brain, but they hear you from your heart. And, you know, he just went on and on. So it was like cool. It was really like. What do
you mean when he said life is a feeling process?
Life is a feeling process. They mean they could feel when you authentic, when you not. They could feel when you on your bullshit. They could feel your pain. They could feel your stories. You know what I mean? That's how I took it.
I've been dying to ask you about this because we know that obviously you went through a lot in these past couple of years, relationship-wise and everything.
I feel like everybody has, though. Not just me.
Now, Naya Rivera, does she really not shower? Or
ask him,
what that box smell like?
Because she said she only showered every 3 days, and I said that must have been rough on Big Sean. That was the first thing I thought.
She said that on The View, though.
Silly. I know, I heard. I saw people hit me up like.
Was there any truth to that?
I don't know, man. I ain't
Sound like I ate it anyway.
Odor, type of odor.
Nah, I was never like that. I ain't
no odor.
Now you also say on the new album, you say
it's silly as hell.
You say your father told you to slow down on all the girls you messing with. Told you not to rush it. Said don't make the same mistakes he made with your mother.
Yeah.
Well, what was that about? What does that mean?
Man, just take your time with it, man. There's no rush. You know what I mean? I feel like there are times, obviously, where I have been rushing in life for no reason, man. I'm young. You know what I mean? I got a career ahead of me. I got goals. I got things I want to do, and you just need to slow down and enjoy it, man. Have fun with it.
Now, he said don't make the same mistake. Was it he jumped in too early, he was saying?
I mean, yeah, he made mistakes, you know. Him and my mom split up. You know, I don't want to put all their business out there, but obviously it didn't work out between them. They still friends or whatever, you know. They always still they always been there, I guess, out of respect for me and my brother.
Right.
But, you know, my dad was always a very much so a part of my life. And, you know, my mom raised me. And, yeah, you know, you learn, though.
That goes along with your whole patience thing, too, of learning to be more patient and not wanting everything right away.
Yeah.
Now, wifey, how was she with this album? Did she have any influence? Because it's a little different now. Before I would see you in the Wiz Khalifa clubs, but now I see you in all types of clubs. I mean, we're Jersey fist pumping in some clubs.
She's on the album.
We got a backpack in one club. So how has she influenced you at all? If she has.
Influence? I don't know about influence. Just like.
Because it's a different world.
Yeah, it's a different world. I'm still the same me, though.
I know, but
I'll still be in the same spots, you know. But I was in the club. I was in them clubs before her. Before, you know, since Ass and all that stuff. That stuff went far for me. You know what I mean? So I've been able to maneuver since then. And even though the music has changed up, I feel like, you know, it's only changed for the better. I'm just doing how I want to do it. And her influence, she's only just been a positive influence, just, you know, supportive.
You do date Ariana Grande. She's on the album. Y'all got the song called Research.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the song is basically saying you got to do your research on these chicks because they might be with you. They might be with Trey. They might be with Chris.
Yeah, or they might be going through your phone.
Yeah. Did you do that kind of research on Ariana? Make sure she wasn't with any other rappers or ball players?
Oh, you know, I ask around, man. Not just her, or any girl. You know, you got to make sure, you know what I mean? But what I like about that song, too, is that we was able to put our situation to the side. She was able to just be an artist, you know what I mean? And we just rap about some stuff that's real, even rather it's real to us or not, you know what I mean? So I appreciate it.
Now, clear this up. She's an underage, is she?
She's 21.
Because it's a meme floating around of you and Tiger.
Yeah.
And it says Sean and Tiger after they dropped their girls off at kindergarten.
That's pretty funny, man.
I never seen that one. Did you make that up?
No, I didn't make that up, actually.
That's stupid.
I ain't never seen this.
So does that really happen, though? Somebody unlocked your phone and went through your phone? Is that a deal breaker in a relationship if somebody goes through your text?
That's happened for sure. That shit happened to all of us. That shit happened to you.
Yeah,
I know it happened to your ass. I know it happened to you before.
Is that a deal breaker, though?
Man, hell yeah. It don't work after that, I feel like.
Especially if they found something.
I mean, at least from, you know. Yeah, if you go looking deep, you're going to find something, you know, whether it's even if you make it up in your mind, even if it's nothing, you know what I mean? Sometimes people just like put stuff together that don't even make sense and it just creates a certain weird energy when you do stuff like that.
Do you find it better to be in a committed situation? Because in that second verse of Research, you talk about how all the rappers do bang the same chicks. And to me, that's kind of weird. Like, why does that happen? Like, the world is big. Y'all don't all have to bang the same circle of chicks.
You be banging them chicks too, man.
I mean, a couple.
He's married.
I'm married now. I'm out the
now.
game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But why is that? Why do you think everybody bangs the same chicks?
I don't know, man. I got a girlfriend.
And the funny thing about Charlamagne is Charlamagne would come in here and bang a chick thinking he was the only one.
No, I
and
don't.
then he'd be like, oh, you know such and such. And he would look so disappointed.
No, I don't.
All the time. He looks so
A
disappointed.
couple he was.
Man, how long you been married?
Since September.
Man, congratulations,
I've been
man.
with the same girl
I never
forever,
thought your ghetto ass would be married.
That's the best thing to do. It's better just to be in that stable situation. I find it more stable for me.
Yeah, I'm focused, man. Like I said, I'm hungrier than ever. I'm focused. That's the best way to be. I ain't got time to be on no other shit, man. You find somebody who not only works for you, but, you know, makes it better, you know what I mean? Y'all focus. Y'all both got things going on. That's synergy right there.
Who would you say is
gotta-
more jealous, you or Ariana?
I'm jealous?
Like of other, you know, you obviously guys like her, females like you.
Mhm.
You know, who's more jealous between the two of you?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't focus on that shit like that.
I seen y'all out. Nah, you're pretty open. You pull people into the section to take pictures with her. Like y'all seem happy, very happy.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know what? You reported a story one time about a video shoot or something that she was mad about the girls that was in the video shoot. Would that ever happen?
With me?
Yeah.
No.
No.
What was the story?
Oh, I don't remember.
Nobody remembers.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
But
I don't
somebody
remember.
did report back to us that you recently had a listening party and she just didn't want you to walk away from her or whatever, and you like can't leave her alone, and she's jealous of other girls. I was just asking because I don't know if it's true or not. Obviously, people sometimes over here and see things, and you don't know what the real story is behind it.
Nah, that ain't true.
Mhm.
I walk around, leave her. She
You
cool.
could like
She's
pictures
social.
on Instagram and everything.
I could leave her. You know, I ain't even gonna talk about that. But no, that ain't true.
Okay.
Now, you got a line on the album where you say the bigger you get, the more you need shrinks. You seeing a psychiatrist, man?
Nah,
You went to therapy
I
or
have.
something?
I've been to therapy before.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Therapy
you
cool,
should
man.
go.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta talk to somebody.
There you go. Because, like, if you the go-to guy, who does the go-to guy go to?
Exactly.
So you had to go see one while you was, been signed and all that? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it ain't nothing like serious, but yeah, I've definitely talked to a therapist before. It's good. I encourage it.
What do you tell them?
Man, whatever the hell is on my mind,
That's
man.
private,
close
I mean,
Charlamagne.
do
You
you
weren't
go in
even-
there like, no, because you go in there with no
What
media
talking about?
training, no PR, because you are Big Sean. Does the
Media
guy know
training.
you're Big Sean? Or do you just talk?
Just talk, man.
They're not allowed. They're not allowed to go and tell people what you said. It's
He's not the shrink.
confidential.
The shrink ain't supposed to say nothing.
That's what I'm saying. The shrink isn't
He's
supposed
not
to say
gonna want to tell you
anything.
what's going on in his
How
private
is-
conversations.
How is the Rock Nation relationship with you now? Obviously, you recently signed on to Rock Nation. We
Mhm.
saw Jay-Z and Beyonce came out and everything, and you said that was a big deal to have Jay-Z there and telling you, how much he loves your music and the album. How's that relationship?
It was great. Yeah, they show love, and on top of that, they just handle their business. That's what I need. I need, like, you know what I mean, to just make sure my money's straight, to boss up, and I work way too hard to have my business, like, not right. You know what I mean? So I feel like for management, at least for my situation, they the best management.
So Kevin Lyles didn't have the business right when you was over there?
I'm not saying he didn't have the business right, but I'm just saying it's like you get to a certain point and you just want to try new things. So that's all I did. I tried new things and it ended up working out best for me.
You got another line on the album I think is interesting. You talk about how you met Jim Carrey. I think you said y'all was in the White House or something like that.
Yeah,
And you told him you're not the only person who got rich wearing a mask.
yeah.
What mask you been wearing, man?
I ain't wearing a mask. I say you're not the only one I know got rich wearing a mask. I'm from the D. Everybody around us got ski mask on. Don't
Gotcha.
nobody ski. You know what I mean? So
Oh, double entendre.
it's a double entendre, man.
Okay. so listen.
No, but I was at the White House, so you could just imagine. Just that's a crazy moment.
Now you also said you feel hate can be the best love.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you feel that way?
Because hate can inspire you, man. It can inspire you more than somebody telling they love you. Somebody being like, man, I hate you, or you're not good enough, or this and that. That could drive you to a point. You know what I mean? So
I feel like early on in your career, people used to go at you all the time on Twitter, about your lyrics and your raps. But now those people are a lot more quiet. It feels like you proved a lot from the beginning up until now.
yeah, I'm just proud of myself for being a better person, a better version of me, to keep it 100. And I did this album how I wanted to do it. I built a studio in my house. I didn't lead that shit, you know what I mean? I had all the producers. I had Ye up in there, John Legend, to everybody, Janae Aiko, Ariana, to Chris, to Ty Dolla $ign, all the producers, mixing producers up, you know what I'm saying? Mustard mixing with Key Wayne on the track. Dahi mixing with Kanye, mixing with this, with that, and it's just like, I'm happy I did it my way, man, for real.
Jhené Aiko also said that her collaboration with you on this album is one of her top 3 of all time collaborations that she's ever done.
Yeah.
And I think one of the other ones is your other collaboration with her as well. She said those are in her top 3 of everything.
That's crazy.
If you could do a collaboration album with somebody, who would it be with?
Probably Ye.
And what's that relationship like now?
Kanye said he did one with Drake, though.
Said he wants to do one with Drake.
Yeah.
They've been
I would do one with Drake, too.
Mm-hmm.
What's your relationship?
I'd be on there going. I would do one with a lot of people. I would do one with Jhené. I would do one with Ariana.
Mm-hmm.
I would do one with, I think it's cool when people do like 6 songs.
Like an EP?
Yeah,
EP
you know
type?
what I'm saying? I think that's the new wave. I think people need to start doing it.
EPs?
Yeah.
What's your relationship with Ye? The reason I asked is because he was up here the other day. He said he needs to start standing more by his artists. Start standing on his artists and helping his artists, doing more remixes and videos,
Being in videos,
production.
yeah. So he just needs to support his artists more.
I could tell you, he been all in on this one. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you hear him on Blessings, you hear him on All Your Fault, you hear him on One Man Could Change the World. You know what I mean? So, that is what it is.
Was there a change? Because I remember one time he didn't seem like he was supporting his artists as much. It seemed like he had a lot more on his mind at one time.
I just think one person can only do so much. You know what I mean? I think he had stuff he was going on with himself. I think he in a better place.
He got married, had a baby.
Yeah, that's just my opinion, though. You got to ask him. Mm-hmm. But I feel like his wife, his kid, and just he getting out his, like, what he been working on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's inspiring to see somebody who passionately, like, okay, he wanted to do the clothes. He got the clothes off successfully. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I went to that fashion show.
You should have paused that. He got the clothes off successfully. Damn.
Cancel. That's a new pause. Cancel, man.
Damn.
But he got his clothing line off the ground successfully.
There you go.
He got, obviously the music thing, the wife, like I said, the kid. He just it's good to see things going well for him. You know what I mean? And he's like, man, he's the happiest person I know. He like lightens the whole room up with his vibe, you know what I'm saying? And he'll come help you with whatever you got going on.
Now, in Dark Sky Paradise, you said you don't owe anybody any favors.
Right.
And like we all had help on the way up, so it makes you feel like you don't owe anybody no favors.
I mean, yeah, we all had help on the way up, but I feel like any help I got, I've given back. You know what I mean? Even more so, I given anybody who helped me, I didn't gave an opportunity. I didn't gave a check, in one way or another. I didn't put them in positions. I didn't, I kept it real. Mm-hmm. And it ain't too many real people out here, man. People be on some weak bitch ass shit, man, all day long. And then
industry people or regular people?
Industry people, regular people. And then when you keep it real with people, man, they cross the line with you, man. Mm-hmm. They take your kindness for weakness, and that's weak.
It seems like you had some real personal experience that make you really mad.
Yeah, of course.
People that you thought you was cool with, and you talk about that on Blessing.
Yeah.
As well.
Mm-hmm. Just, friends and just like people. Yeah.
How much effect does the blogs have on you? Because you got another line where you say it sucks when you look on the internet and see you lying on me.
Well, I wrote that verse in 2014, and that was when all that drama was going on. When it was
with your ex.
Yeah.
When you were stealing Rolexes and stuff.
Supposedly, right?
Allegedly, right?
I always say, I know how we could get Big Sean mad at any point, just tell him he stole a Rolex.
I never stole no damn Rolex, man. I bought every Rolex I got, man.
Now you said, you feel like you're on that frontier and people look at you like that. Like, do you really though? Because you say you got another line in the album. You say you f with the best rapper, but you don't even know it.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen the progression in myself as an artist and as a rapper, and I can see in myself I've been getting better. So I don't know if anybody else can, but I for sure seen it in myself. And I remember when I was sitting down with Ye in the studio, he was just like, this is clearly your best work. You clearly are getting better. And he was like, that just goes to show you still at the beginning of your career. Mm-hmm. And he was like, that's tight to see. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel. And I'm going to show and prove. I mean, I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to keep bodying. I'm going to keep repping my city. And I'm going to just keep, focus.
Lyrically, I hear it. I don't understand why people don't give it to you. Like even with the flows, like it's not too many people. And I ain't on your D right now, but I'm saying it's not many people that play with the flows the way you do. Like you flow in different ways that I haven't really heard.
Thank you, man. And it's like, we spend time on it. Mm-hmm. We be in there thinking of how to come up with the new flows, and that's what it's all about. That's what I want to learn from Ye. You got to push the envelope, man. some people just caught up with being successful and getting that money, man. But I really want to push the envelope. I really want to be great. I want to be not only in the top 5, I want to be on the top 5 all-time list. Like we saying on All Your Fault, I want to go. I'm going for it. And if you ain't going for it, man, then like, the fuck you doing it? You know what I mean? That's how I feel. I'm going for it.
Have you been keeping in touch with Eminem since you worked with him?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just his whole camp. And we shot the Detroit vs. Everybody video. You know, those good people right there.
Now you're going to be in L.A. this Wednesday. You're performing live on Revolt. And if you're in L.A. and you want to see the show, you can go to revolt.tv/audience to sign up. The concert's going to be airing live on Revolt TV this Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah, just it's free for everybody.
And we appreciate you joining, man. You always you're the same guy no matter what, man. The first time we met you to every single time.
Man, my dogs, y'all the same too. You know what I mean? Y'all
I change, man.
Huh?
I said, I hope I change.
We all been changing. We just changed for the better.
Yeah, you change, you grow, you evolve. It happens.
I ain't trying to be the same me I was in 2010. I think, you know, that's the old me.
That's why you keep switching girlfriends.
Shut up. Don't get him in trouble.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He always, on the way out, he always try. I'm going to fight this on the way out. As a matter of fact, you getting smaller and smaller, and I'm getting bigger. We about to see what's up.
The first time he came, how many push-ups we made him do that time?
He did 5.
It was only 5?
He could only do 5.
Stop it. Stop it.
He could only do 5.
Had me drinking muscle milk. You still be drinking that shit?
Nah, I'm on. I just do protein shakes now.
Yeah, the good type of protein.
Yeah. I go get the wheat protein from the gym.
I'm proud of you, man. Y'all been bossing up. This is time to boss up. Everybody, not just us, man. Everybody out here, get your mind right, get your money right, boss up, man. This is the year 2015 is the year where we get it, man. Become millionaires, multi-millionaires. And whoever multi-millionaires become billionaires, we gotta get it, man.
What you say? You say them crackers ain't gonna give us the Ritz?
Yeah,
but it don't matter because we gonna take that.
Donald Sterling crackers ain't gonna let you get the Ritz. I ain't say Donald Sterling crackers. I said, but you know the crackers ain't gonna let you get the Ritz. Yeah.
Does anybody?
You sit
ever really
at the games, but they won't give you the clips.
Yeah, you was listening, man.
I always listen. What's wrong with you, man? I just being there talking.
Yeah.
Did anybody ever really key up your car? That ever happened to you? That has to be really annoying.
No, that never happened to me.
Okay.
Well, Big Sean.
Wait, hold up. Did somebody ever key my car? Maybe like sometime in my life, but not like recently.
Yeah, but ever. Okay.
Yeah, it's like everything, you know, all the songs I rap about is true, but just going through situations, you're able to like put stories together. You know what I'm saying? Just different parts of stuff and, you know, situations you go through. So.
That has to be the worst feeling to come out and find somebody keyed your car up.
You ever key somebody's car?
Hell no, I would never do that.
I'm
not crazy like that. I don't do crazy.
I know you cool.
Key your car type of person.
Look.
Shut up, I'm not.
So what do you want this album to do, man? Like, what would make Sean happy?
I want this to be my most successful album. I want people to just buy it. I know it got hella downloaded when it leaked. You know what I mean? If you with it, buy it. I feel like this is an album where you may have not been a big Sean fan, and the tides might turn when you listen to it. It's because the production, you know what I'm saying, the lyrics, what I'm talking about, you know, get that shit on the shot, man.
It sounds way different than your last album.
Yeah, for sure. I'm proud of it.
Is it pressure though? You see somebody like Drake do $500,000 on a mixtape. You know what I mean?
The element of surprise is amazing though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I respect him for that, but whatever, man. I just wanted to do well, do numbers, you know. I'm doing my thing. I'm going to keep going.
All right. Well, it's Big Sean. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.